Rusty and Chris fixed all this up. They couldn't keep it a surprise. You keep asking me, what's the most important to me, and I keep thinking, well, what really is, because they're all important. They're just at different stages as far as what's happening. Probably being enrolled in the German Quarter Horse Hall of Fame, the Dutch Quarter Horse Hall of Fame, is one of the more significant things, because it totally was a total surprise, and just, there aren't many people from the United States that are in that. The horse school is a wonderful thing. And the thing I like about all the pictures, like there's that one of me and with Roy Vaughn, is that you get to think about all of your old friends as you look at all the pictures. And then I've got quite a few that are souvenirs of relics that I picked up, different kinds of rawhide ropes and whatnot. And I know the one that I got in Argentina, it's a rawhide rope, but it's all black between the braids. And that's because they rub those with cow manure before they get them ready to use. It seems to keep them limber or whatever. So all that black stuff we don't lick, we just look at. Yeah, the samurai sword I got, it came from Japan, when I went over there to do that clinic for Josh. This was before 9/11, and I just took it on the airplane, put it up above the seat, and flew to LA, and then when I got to LA and got my sword off from going through the airport and get on my plane to El Paso, then they said no can do. So I don't know, I waited around there and missed a plane or two, and I guess maybe they just put it with the coats and all, but they took it and let me bring it home. And I love this picture of Von Remenick with Todd Summers when he won the National Reining Horse Association Futurity. Edward made that, and all of the picture itself is made of horses that we've had some association with or we've known over all the years, so that's all in that one picture. Just a lot of lifetime events.
All right, now to some deep thoughts. In your opinion, what makes a life well lived?
See, when you get into deep thoughts, actually my thoughts become shorter. What makes a life well lived? I think when you have done all that you were basically capable of doing, and you've helped other people along the way. To me, helping people achieve their goals is just as important as achieving your own goals. And so, to me, the thing that really turned my life around was when I was at Colorado State, and Rusty and some of her friends told me I could have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Well, I'd always grown up going to church and knew the Bible, knew who God was and all of that, but it's all up here in my head. It never got to my heart. And then after they shared with me and talked to me about different things, and of course, Campus Crusade for Christ, I went to one of their meetings, and this guy shared with me that, that Jesus Christ, all they said, and I told him I believed all of that. I believed the Bible. And so he showed me his little Bible, and he said, read this verse for me in 2 Corinthians. His little bitty old Bible, and he said, no, read it out loud. And so I'd already told him I believed all that. And so it says, behold, now is the accepted time. Now is the day of salvation. So basically, he shot all my props out from under me. And so that night, I just invited Jesus to come into my life. And, I realized that He'd forgiven my sins and gave me the power to live the Christian life. And so that's what changed my life and really put me on the right path.
And did that moment continue to affect every moment that followed?
Pretty much, it's like anything, you go through a period of time in the desert and whatnot, but you always come back to your base and realize that that's why you're here and that you're blessed to be here.
Yeah, I was curious if you had any advice just on decision making, just in life in general, because it seems like the decisions you made just continue to bring you into good things.
Right.
Were answers and decisions always clear for you?
Pretty much, but not always. You know, and just like you want to start off in prayer today here, you know, and I've tried to pray and seek God's will for my life, for our life, and how we need to go. And you know, we've been told in the Bible that God, you know, that He'll give us the plan. He'll show us the way if we'll look. And I believe that I've done that, or tried to anyway. I know when I first became a Christian and went out to Arrowhead Springs, which at that time was the headquarters for Campus Crusade for Christ, and Rusty was on Campus Crusade for Christ staff a couple of years before we got married. While she's deciding whether she's gonna marry me or not. Finally, her daddy told her she better, so we kind of had an arranged marriage between my mother and her daddy. But I remember sitting up there one night, and I say, you know, looking out over the city there, and thinking, you know, here I am. You know, all my life I planned to do agriculture, and you know, I was thinking, well, I need to be involved in evangelism or something like that, and I really didn't want to do that. And then I realized that God could use me in the field of agriculture as well as He could something else, and that just gave me peace and about the way I should go with my life.
So you can still do His work.
Right. And somebody has to with that group of people. And we have a wonderful group of people in agriculture. We're much closer fitted to the earth.
Yeah.
And what life's all about.